I didn't know it. You were unassuming, didn't think you'd move me. I didn't know.
Just a beautiful morning. So this is day one of the Ocala National Forest up to Gold Head State Park hike. It's probably about 120 miles or so. I've hiked this section before, this Ocala National Park section. It's definitely one of the best places on the Florida Trail. It's a really great hike. Through a lot of it's like this, through pines and upland areas. So it's not too wet, which is unusual for the Florida Trail. Usually there's some swampy sections and some spots where you get your feet wet. That's not to say that's not going to happen, but most of this is upland. Thumbs, he's up ahead of me, blazing the trail. Last night it was cold. We stayed at the Clear Lake Recreation Area right by Paisley, and it was almost freezing. It was probably about 34 last night, and tonight's supposed to be there's a freeze warning, so we're probably gonna have a cold night, and but I got plenty of clothes and plenty of food and everything that we need, so just looking forward to a really great hike. It's a great section. Tom hasn't hiked it before, so I'm looking forward to seeing his reaction and just enjoying the morning. We've already seen a few deer. I'm hoping I see a bear through here. I've never seen a bear through the Ocala National Forest, but that would be really cool to see a bear. But I don't know, in the winters probably their activity's probably a little bit slowed, but anyways, looking forward to a great hike, and it's always great to get back out on the trail. So the morning of day two, yesterday we ended up doing 20 miles. We really didn't want to, but we had some water issues, and so we hiked a little further than we wanted to, but all in all it was a good hike, and really cold night last night. Definitely got down probably in the high 20s. Tent was frozen. My foot box got frozen on my quilt. And so starting off a little frosty, but sun's out and it's gonna warm up quick. I've got a lot of clothes on, so I know I'm gonna have to strip those off as we go along, but today, I don't know, I think we're gonna do about 16 or 17 miles, something like that. Super quiet last night. No road noise, no nothing. It was beautiful. And the stars were amazing also. We got up to go to the bathroom, and it was just unbelievable stars. So beautiful morning. And we're just gonna hike on and enjoy this day. Lots of burned out areas like this. The Ocala National Forest is known for its wildfires. You can just see the debris that's left. So morning of day 3. This is Hopkins Prairie. Some beautiful long views. When I stayed here last, it was clear. Stars are amazing here. This is a really pretty spot. So yesterday we ended up hiking about 18 miles and stayed at a stealth spot along the trail. Today we've got about 17 and we'll end up at the 88 store, which is kind of a Florida Trail legend. It's a convenience store, gas station that also serves beer and wine. So kind of a little bar inside of a gas station. So it's unique. And they also have food and resupply items for hikers. But everybody that does the Florida Trail stops there. So it's kind of a cool place. It's definitely out in the middle of nowhere, but you know, there's some neighborhoods, some rural neighborhoods around there, but yeah, looking forward to that. We'll camp out back and then get back on the trail in the morning. But it's just enjoying a beautiful morning. Kind of wish it was sunny. It was cold last night, but not nearly as cold as the night before. Probably, I don't think we got below freezing last night, but a really nice morning and just enjoying the hike and enjoying this beauty.
I was waiting for you, I was praying for you, and I didn't know it. You were unassuming, didn't think you'd move me. I didn't know, yeah. If I could go back, I would listen to your heart beat, telling me to listen closely. I don't want to miss it. Love doesn't always know its beginning. Maybe it's dramatic, meeting you was magic. We didn't know it. How do you explain it? Feeling something sacred. I didn't know it.
So this is a late morning of day 4. We've been hiking in this upland pine area for a good bit. Got some really long views through here. I think the white stripes around the trees there's some nesting woodpeckers that are endangered. I think that's what they are. Marking out where they're nesting so they can do counts. It's a little warmer today. It was warmer last night, even though it was still, I think, upper 30s probably, but much more tolerable. And from here forward, it's warming up. So the last of the cold weather, I think, is done. But we're on our way up to the Rodman Dam up there. That's kind of the northern part of the Ocala National Forest. So we will have started in Paisley down at Clear Lake recreation area and hiked up to the Rodman Dam area, which is at the northwest corner. So we started in the southeast corner and we'll end up in the northwest corner. And we'll have done that in about 4 days. We'll get there late afternoon or early afternoon, really. But yeah, just enjoying this beautiful day. Still looking for the bears. Haven't seen a bear yet, haven't seen a lot of bear scat around here either. I think the bears are probably not as prevalent up here, but I know they are here. So, but just enjoying the quiet and the cool breeze. So this is Lake Ocklawaha, previously called the Rodman. It's an impoundment. There's a dam up here. A real beautiful looking lake, and I've never fished here, but it's supposed to be outstanding bass fishing. Just a beautiful view. So this is the Rodman Dam, at least the outfall structure. No, I guess it's called the Kirkpatrick Dam. Tremendous amount of water. So morning of day 5. We're at the Barge Canal locks. This is the Cross Florida Barge Canal, a project that was abandoned years ago. I don't know the date, but it's not complete. I think these other, you can see the metal pieces up there. I think those are for other locks that were never constructed, but this lock itself is still operational for boats that come through here. Kind of want to do the, there's a Cross Florida trail that follows the Barge Canal and goes from the St. Johns River all the way to the Gulf Coast. Sort of want to do that on my bike someday, you know, kind of bike camp. And need to research that, but it's a beautiful morning. Today we have about 15 miles. We've done a good section of it already, but and then we'll camp up in the Rice Creek area. I've day hiked up there. I know the campsite's very nice campsite, so might be some wet spots going up there north. It gets a little swampy and such, but we're just heading on down the trail, getting the gates opened up, and then just enjoying another beautiful day on Florida Trail. This is called Hoffman's Crossing. It's a long boardwalk system that snakes through this wetland area. We're just south of the Rice Creek Conservation Area. I've never hiked this section, but I've hiked at Rice Creek before. Tree. So this is the morning of day 6, and we camped last night in the Rice Creek Conservation Area, which is an old rice paddy that dates back to colonial times. I think that, if I remember correctly, it was owned by a English loyalist, and there's a series of canals through here. You can see. Here's one that used to bring the water in here so that they could grow the rice, but now it's turned into this primordial forest, which is just beautiful. See some huge trees and the really, really tall palmettos. There's a bunch of really large pine trees and palm trees through here too. One of my favorite day hiking spots, pretty close to Jacksonville, and good place to come out, stretch your legs, and see what happens in a lowland area if you just leave it alone. But it's a beautiful morning. A little bit more of Rice Creek. It's beautiful back here. Last night was cold, but it wasn't as cold as it's been. Probably got down to around 40. Today we got about, we'd really like to do 18 miles today just to set up our last day as being a little shorter, which will make it nicer for the pickup, but we'll see how our legs and our backs and stuff do. Pretty back there too. These videos don't do justice. It's crazy when I watch them later. I think it's going to look just like it does when you're standing here, but it doesn't. You hardly get the same effect, but at least this gives you an idea what it's like back here. It's definitely a unique place. I haven't seen a lot of hiking places like this, and again, a great spot to day hike. You come out here with your kids even. They have a good time on all these little bridges. This is the morning of day 7. We're wrapping up our hike here at Gold Head State Park. You can see this lake. It's hard to tell, but a lot of the lakes in this area are still very low. About 20 years ago, there was a drought here in the area that literally drained some of the lakes. Some of the lakes completely lost all their water. And some folks think the aquifer was disturbed by some local mining operations. But some of the lakes have come back pretty good, but none of them I don't think are all the way up to where they were. Most of them are 5 feet lower or so at least. And this one you can see it's probably a good 2 or 3 feet at least. No one really knows if they'll ever come back, but I remember driving by houses where, you know, you have these lakefront houses and there's nothing but a pothole full of dirt and grass. So sad situation for sure, but hopefully over time they'll all regain their water. This one isn't too bad. The one we just passed earlier was at least 10 feet low. But a beautiful morning to finish up our hike. It was a good hike. It was 112 miles, 7 days. Ocala National Forest is, of course, one of the best known hiking areas of the Florida Trail, so it's very one of the best areas to hike. And overall, we liked the section. It was varied. There was a little bit of everything in it, and the weather was perfect. It was a little chilly at night, but you know, we had clothes for it, and we were prepared. So but this was definitely one of the fun ones. My second time through the Ocala National Forest. Tom's first, but you know, we'll probably be back there again. So one more quick look at the lake. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please remember to press subscribe and like. It really helps me to grow the subscriber base and show more people some of the really cool stuff that we get to see. So thank you, and we'll see you next time.
I was waiting for you, I was praying for you, and I didn't know it. You were on as soon